DB Bedford here, your emotional intelligence consultant, and I wanted to take a quick moment today to share with you the importance of emotional intelligence. Now, this will be particularly for those that are business owners, but also when you're working anywhere, because we have to understand that we live in a time today that your actions can be recorded when you lose your cool, and it can mess around and go viral and damage your career, or at the very minimum strain it. Today I want to talk to you about the skill set of managing your reactions. As you all know, through our courses, we teach emotional intelligence, and our objective is to get folks to look at the world through the lens of emotional intelligence. And there's 4 domains for emotional intelligence that we cover. For this particular conversation, we're going to talk about managing your reactions. And we're going to talk about the New York lawyer who lost his temper and went on a rant and said some racial slurs towards some employees for speaking Spanish. Now, I would imagine that people get frustrated from time to time in different situations while they're getting service. And depending on how he feels about others, I believe totally showed up in this situation. And here's something that might be unpopular to folks, but everybody has the right to feel the way that they want to feel. But the problem comes in when you let those feelings out in an inappropriate way. So this gentleman is upset because 2 workers are speaking Spanish. He goes on a rant. He becomes very assaultive, verbally assaultive, and very demeaning towards the employee. And it had a real impact on his livelihood since then. His firm that he works for, his colleagues left him hanging, basically separated themselves from him because of his actions. The Yelp reviews, it got a lot of attention, but probably not the attention he was looking for. The reviews went down from, I believe, 4 stars down to 1. Now all the media attention is on this gentleman. I believe his name is Aaron Schlossenberg. And so now he has to try to reinvent himself off one moment in time. And so this is what we're talking about, how one moment in time, when you lose your cool and you say things that you can't take back, it can have a huge impact on who you are. And business owners also, or companies, have to start taking under consideration how someone's emotional reaction will have an impact on their business. Because when you work for someone, you are representing them, whether you want to believe it or not, on and off the clock. And in today's time in social media, you can go viral in a moment's notice, because what people are doing, the minute they see activity that seems to be getting attention, everybody's whipping out their phones, because that's the times we live in. So having emotional intelligence training is so important. In this situation, managing his reactions, which is the second domain in emotional intelligence, is caused all this media frenzy for the lack of being able to manage his reactions. He could have felt in his mind, in his head, any way that he wanted to feel about the service, about their origin, about them speaking Spanish. But when he verbalized it, he changed the game. Another one of our strategies we teach on the AI platform is about not taking things personally, even when it feels personable. And I would say that he took their speaking Spanish very personable. And when we take things personally, it becomes an emotionally charged situation that can really make your actions undesirable in a moment's notice. And this is why it's important to exercise emotional intelligence, folks. This is not a game. This is not something that we're just trying to pass off to you. We're trying to help communities across the country, individuals, to have better lives, better quality of lives, and increase the chance of positive outcomes when it comes to situations, because you can't calculate when a situation is going to happen. It's just going to happen. We have no control over what happened to us on a day-to-day basis. But what we do have control over is how we respond to those situations. And you can get better at it by exercising emotional intelligence. So I encourage you, if you're watching this and you're curious about emotional intelligence and you want to know more about it, I encourage you to go to our website, www.ineverworry.com, join our academy, ineverworryacademy.com, or check out our YouTube channel at I Never Worry. You can learn a lot about this platform. We break it down in a very simple and very practical manner so that anybody can get the tools that they need. They can access them in a moment's notice when those situations come up. You can also grab a free copy of my book, I Never Worry, that will give you some solid blueprints about emotional intelligence at ineverworryfreebook.com. I want you guys to really take a look at this situation and all the situations that unfold. As trending topics start to come up, I'm going to start speaking on them, things that are happening in real time, since that is what gets national attention. Maybe I can use this to get a national awareness for emotional intelligence. The lack of emotional intelligence with this gentleman, an attorney who spent several years, I would imagine at least 8 years, going after his law degree, representing people, and this is how he shows up in a moment's notice. Doesn't look good for the home team in his situation, and I'm hoping that he sees this and he gets himself some help, but I'm hoping that everybody who gets a whiff of this starts to say, I need to pay attention to my emotional intelligence level. I need to pay attention to myself, which is self-awareness, and how I respond, which is managing your reactions. You don't want to take anything personally, even when it feels personal. Those strategies right there, there's many more that we teach, but those two right there can save you liability, embarrassment for yourself and your family, and when you exercise emotional intelligence, you increase your chances of growing personally and professionally. My name is DB Bedford, your EI consultant. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you on the next trending topic.